नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, आदाब, गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून एंड गुड इवनिंग, जहाँ से भी आप हमें सुन रहे हैं. दिस इज कुंजन मबार, योर होस्ट एंड दोस्त फॉर Unsung Heroes of South Asian Community in association with ePadosi.com. We have remarkable heroes in our South Asian community who are making a profound difference. Sometimes we don't know about them or we know about them in passing. It's our humble effort through this podcast to bring those unsung heroes to you. Are you one? Do you know one? Reach out to Kunjan at ePadosi.com. Let's not wait any further and let's meet our guest for today. Arpita Mantri. She is the CEO and founder of Spundhann, जहाँ पे you will get amazing desi decor. She's also a feng shui consultant and an event decorator. Let's welcome Arpita herself. Hello Arpita, how are you?
Hi, thank you so much, Kunjan, for bringing this together.
Thank you, it's our pleasure.
Doing good, thank you. How are you?
I am wonderful now that I have you, your energy, and let's talk about your earrings.
Really?
Yeah, they are so beautiful.
Thank you so much.
Look in that camera so we can get a close-up of these earrings. So tell me what's going on here.
So, I mean, I love wearing accessories that are conversation starters. I love talking to people. So, I guess this is one of the things that people would come and talk to me. Hey, nice earrings. I was like, hey, come to my store.
Ah, very
good. That was a joke.
No, I know.
Inviting everybody to the store.
No, I get it. So I will come to that part of the joke and the fun that you made later in our conversation. So you are the CEO and the founder of Spundhann. So tell me a little bit about what does Spundhann means?
Spundhann, the name itself means vibrations, which implies that one is still alive, and I wanted to imply art is still alive. So Spundhann is vibrations. And
that's amazing.
I love the sound, the feel of the word Spundhann. It's not because it's just my brand, but it sounds very pure when you say Spundhann, and it's unique.
It is unique. Yes, yes. तो लोग spelling mistake करते हैं?
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
क्योंकि मैंने भी की थी.
So originally back in 1995 when I started this, it was Spundhan. Then I learned numerology and then it became Spundhann.
But
in 2001. Yeah.
But I like the spelling because when you say it, वो एक कंपन होता है मेरे कान में, you know?
Right.
And you exactly said it is the vibration that it brings. So it's very unique. So I had a follow-up question, what's the story behind Spundhann? So is it what you just mentioned?
So Spundhann started very early when I used to sell greeting cards and handmade paper bags to Archie and Hallmark, and those were my first earnings, and I had to give them a bill and a name for the bill, and that's when I came up with Spundhann back then. And in 2001, I formally registered it as a small-scale industry, an all-women-run small-scale industry in Bangalore. And I was there for 16 years. I was an artisan with the Karnataka government. And then I moved to US, our Bay Area, in 2016. I started Spundhann in 2016, Diwali, the same year I moved in.
Wow. Well, congratulations. And it has been going. And you guys have to visit the store. You will absolutely love the amazing collection she has. And we'll talk about the store and other stuff in a bit. So, Arpita, you do a lot of community work, like I see on your social media page. So tell us a little bit more about, if somebody is listening to us or hearing us and watching us for the very first time, what is it that goes behind the work and what kind of community work is it that you're doing?
So, I think community word is a very heavy word for the little I do. All I do is I try and help women entrepreneurs, and not just women, gender biased. I help any entrepreneurs who want to start small business. How do you start? Where do you start? What do you do? And now in Bay Area, a lot of them ask about the paperwork and registrations and how to go about a website and marketing and stuff. And we do not hesitate even one bit at Spundhann to guide and help fellow entrepreneurs and tell them how to go about it. And I also try and organize some kind of fairs in association with some other organizations so that we can bring in entrepreneurs. These days, the events, of course, are happening everywhere in town. What we do is we just do it at a very minimal cost so that more new vendors, and we try and look for vendors who are new. The plus point is that we have a storefront. So we have a lot of people who come in saying that we want to start, and then I say, if you want to start, let me know. This is my connect, my place where you can let me know when you start. We will give you a place where you can showcase, and I also help and guide them. In fact, we have almost everyday text on our Instagram from all over US, people asking. So I don't know if it is community service, but it is my little bit that I can do in exchange.
Well, every little helps, right? And it's the first step.
That's true.
Right? The first step is the very, very difficult. So at least you're helping them. What is the myth? What is it needed? And stuff like that. And bringing them to the public eye.
More so encouraging them.
Right.
I'm very enthusiastic, very encouraging. Almost I can sit and plan business models for people out of excitement. Yeah.
That's amazing, and that's why we love you. So the
Thank
excitement.
you.
You're welcome. So the excitement brings me to my next question. You have this very fun vibe. I met you at one of the event where our eyes crossed. We didn't even talk. I think you messaged me after the event, and we just looked at each other. We gave a smile, and that's about it. But just by looking at you, I had this vision of you that you're very outgoing, you're very approachable, and you're very smiley, like a bubbly kind of personality. So how are you like that? Or is there a story behind it? Or what made you like that?
Maybe my childhood. My mom kept saying, smile when you go out. Okay. So I genuinely feel very friendly towards people. And to me, every person is nice. Every person is good. So that may be a good thing, that may be a bad thing, but I really feel connected with people instantly, and any age group, any people, any person.
Right. You can talk to kids, you can talk to elderly,
anybody.
You name it. Okay.
Yes. And I can connect. I genuinely connect. It's not that I'm trying to fake it, but it genuinely just happens.
And it brings out your personality.
Yeah.
Like I can see it.
My compliments are always 100% genuine. So if you receive a compliment from me, it is genuine, straight from heart.
Smile if you receive a compliment from Arpita. I'm gonna go back and think about my compliments.
Yeah.
So is there a story, like you were telling me about a story that might have, or an incident that might have helped you bring out this extrovert in Arpita that we see now?
So when I was 18, I met with an accident under a waterfall, and my skull was kind of broken into tiny pieces. A bit of my skull, which is now cemented skull. I was paralyzed for 6 months on my right side, and after that I could not remember things. I in fact passed my next few exams with grace marks from being where I was. Right. I could not remember things. Even today I don't remember things, especially names. But of course that's I think with a lot of people with age too.
It happens with all of us.
Yeah, with all of us. But then I could not memorize things basically. And I started becoming more extrovert. I started talking to people. I gained so many friends after that. Until then, I was a very homebody. And then I became a very outspoken, outgoing person. And I took art more seriously. I did not love studies anymore, and I loved art more.
So your perspective changed.
My perspective changed. And every time I used to visit this store called Sadhguru's in Mumbai after my accident, and I used to be like, this is what I want to do in future. I want to set up a store in my life. I want an art store in my life. And never in my dreams did I think that I will have a store here in the Bay Area. And I'm just like 7 years into this country.
Wow.
I love it. I love the whole journey, almost like it was written for me. My dad always wanted me to get into accountancy. I'm great with numbers even today, but I could not memorize things. And I was so quiet, and I loved talking to people, and I loved.
You were meant for other things.
I was meant for other things.
Yes, you were meant for the creative side and to bring the most amazing Desi home decor store to us.
Awesome. I love that line.
So you had your calling.
Thank you. I had my calling.
Yeah.
I think God just guided me towards my calling, and I love every single minute of my work.
And we can see that, like her eyes are lighting up. Hopefully you guys can see in the screen when she's talking about the store. So एक न्यूटन था जिसके ऊपर एप्पल गिरा था and उसने ग्रेविटी डिस्कवर किया. अर्पिता के ऊपर एक पत्थर गिरा और उसने स्पंदन डिस्कवर किया.
And the joke is skull cemented है, इसीलिए थोड़ी सी
No, I don't know whoever is joking. Please don't joke like that. She is the amazing. She has this bubbly personality, and it rubs off in a good way.
In a good way. Yeah. I know it rubs off.
And then
and
my
I love
bubbly
it.
comes out too.
Right? It's so much fun.
It is so much fun.
It is so much fun.
So thank you for
sharing. We are high on life.
Yes, we are. because we do what we do and we love what we do, and it comes out in our work.
Absolutely. That's the mantra.
Yes.
Love what you do and never give up.
Correct. And then people will resonate,
Absolutely.
So and that's what I do to fuel my soul. Like I work full time, but then this fuels my soul, right?
That's
the other
so amazing.
Thing pays my bill. It's important, but this is me refueling by doing stuff that we love.
That's so beautiful, and it requires an effort after a full day's job to come and do this. That means you must be super passionate about this.
Yes. Like मेरी थकान चली जाती है क्योंकि मुझे ये करना है.
It's so
थकी
nice.
तो मैं 5 बजे के पहले तक रहती हूँ. We love what we do. That's a hat that I wear until that time, and then the hat changes. The person is still the same. So coming back to Spundhann, Arpita, how can people reach to Spundhann? Like you have an Instagram page, you have a website, postal address, so share with our listeners and viewers.
So we have a very beautiful website, spundhann.com. We have an Instagram page, a very jumping Instagram page. It's called Spundhann. And I also have a in-person location for all of you to visit. And I'm very proud to say it has become a landmark in Bay Area for all Desi visitors from all over the country. They make sure they come visit Spundhann. We are at 174 McCarthy Ranch Drive in Milpitas, right next to Banana Leaf Restaurant, opposite Arya Dining. I'm just giving them publicity. They've paid me for taking their names. Yeah.
So Arpita, what are the timings of the store?
Until Diwali, we are open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. And after that, we are closed on Mondays.
So if you are listening and if you are looking for home decor, don't take my word. Don't take her word. Please go and visit the store. And then you will absolutely agree 100% with what I was saying, and of course what she has been saying.
We spoil people for choices.
Yes,
that's our USP. Whatever is latest in India is at Spundhann, and when I buy the products, I usually look at something that I will love to use it myself.
Right.
I mean, there were meetings that this is such a popular product, we must get it at Spundhann. I won't use it. So no, does not matter if it's popular. If I will use it, it'll be at Spundhann.
That's a very good analogy and strategy, because if you like it, then you have it.
Exactly.
Right? So since we talked about the goods, tell me that what kind of goods and products do you have at Spundhann, and are you designing them, or what's going behind the scenes?
So we have a whole lot of Indian home decor, festive decor, gifts. We also have a lot of quirky stuff at the store, which are designed by local designers, which are designed by some of them are designed by me. That's about the quirky products, and some of them are a brand that we represent in the US. So those are about the quirky products. The other products usually are made by artisans from all over the country. We source from different parts of the country, and the artisans, we pick up directly from artisans. Being a small scale industry myself, back in Bangalore for 16 years, I have a direct connect with a lot of artisans who either used to work for me or they have moved on and they've joined others. And, I got introduced to a bigger network that way. So we source from artisans, and they are such amazing artists when you go and see them. The artistry in India is out of the world. Nobody can match us, and nobody can beat us.
I absolutely
they
agree.
are so artistic, so creative. So when I design a new decor product, which we do maybe 10%, I don't want to brag, it's just about 10% of the products that are in-house designed. And I design a product and they make them, and then they get further creative and make something, even more beautiful. So we source from artisans all over India. We bring in everything into the country with 100% custom paid. If there is even a safety pin in my store which I'm selling, it's custom paid. We import everything officially into the country. We export everything officially out of India. So we are giving export business to our country back in India, and a huge export business. We are expanding here big time in US, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of that. It's so heartwarming to believe that somebody like me, like I don't consider myself anything, but somebody like me is feeding homes back in India because of what we do. They rely on our orders. They rely on orders from Spundhann. I feel so proud when my vendors, they tell me, they talk in Hindi. So if you don't mind, I can quote them in Hindi. Says, दीदी आपकी वेबसाइट लेके तो दूसरे वेंडर्स आते हैं और बोलते हैं ये वाला प्रोडक्ट चाहिए, तो बोलते हैं ये तो हमारी दीदी का वेबसाइट है. तो we are very, very proud of our journey. We are very proud of our artisans, and I'll tell you something. These are the artisans I have stuck to from the time I started. I may have added a few extra, but these are the same artisans who make the latest, newest, every product for us. And that is why you see we get the product in, and of course, the other brands will bring it in too eventually. It's India. It's very easy to copy the artisans. So we try and design a lot of products in-house so that by the time the competition catches us, it's another year.
Right.
So that's our strategy.
Thank you so much for sharing. So Arpita, thank you so much. I had a wonderful time talking to you, and I'm sure when our listeners and viewers are listening to you, they'll relate. So before I let you go, one word of advice or wisdom that you want to give out or tell to the people who are thinking of starting something themselves.
Definitely, that's one of my favorites, because that is how I started. Start small and don't give up. That's the most important thing. Keep going.
Keep going. So don't give up. Keep going. You will see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Absolutely.
It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
So this was Unsung Hero. We were talking to Arpita. We will be back next week with more episodes and more Unsung Heroes to you. Till then, be kind, be compassionate, and keep smiling always. Thank you. Namaskar. Thank you. Hello and welcome. And this is Rapid Fire with Arpita. Arpita, are you ready?
I think so.
She was born ready. So Arpita, what was the last book you read?
Calvin and Hobbes.
Okay. What was the TV show, or what is the TV show currently you're watching?
Emily in Paris.
Oh my God. Then the new season?
Yes.
I have yet to start that season. A Bollywood or a Hollywood movie that you watched?
Khel Mein.
Did you like it?
I loved it. Because I went with zero expectations.
Okay. So having no expectation always helps. Are you a text or a phone person?
Text.
So if you want to reach her, please text her. What do you do for fun?
Sleep.
What is one item in your closet that you had for the longest?
My scarves.
Your scarves. Okay. Now I know what I have to go and raid in her closet. What makes you happy?
Peace makes me happy.
Yes. And what is one word that describes you?
Arpita.
Arpita.
That is my description.
Yes, absolutely. I agree. And this was Rapid Fire with Arpita. We will be right back.